So this is our Witchy Cottage build that we've worked on a few times on stream. And you can't see my little guy on the... Oh well, that's fine. Yeah, so this is our Witchy Cottage build. Today we're going to be focusing mostly on landscaping and then finishing off a couple of things on the inside. So just to give you a little tour, this is our entryway. And this is a cottage for 3 different witches. We've got a plant we've got a plant witch, a death witch, and a celestial witch. Lovely rug. Yeah, I know. I really enjoy that rug, and it comes in different colors. I have it over here too. But yeah, so 3 witches live in this house. And then we've got our dining room over here, kitchen. We've got our office that is mostly used by our celestial witch. I guess we should knock that up too. We've got our living room, which is one of the rooms that we still have to work on today. I'm not quite happy with it, so we're going to have to finagle with it a little bit. Our bathroom over here with some storage, and then we've got a hallway, kind of like mudroom situation here. And then upstairs, we've got our bathroom, the plant witch's bedroom, which I really enjoy. We've got the death witch's bedroom. And then our celestial witch's bedroom. So I probably just want to add some clutter and make it look a little bit more lived in the death witch's room and the celestial witch's room, and then work on the living room. Maybe add some clutter to the kitchen would be fun, but mostly we're going to be focusing on the outdoors. So this was a shell challenge. This is the Gnome Shell challenge by ThatNerdViolet. So we can't change the exterior walls, but one of the parameters for this shell challenge was to, how do I make this message go away? Okay. So one of the parameters of the shell challenge was to add a gnome, have at least 1 gnome on the lot. And my plan, I made this gnome absolutely huge. And my plan is to kind of build a garden around this gnome. So that's what we're going to be doing today, adding paths, adding more plants, and all of that. So yeah, that's going to be our main task for today. Also, I did want to mention that the lovely Rune did gift me a new expansion pack. Not new. Rune gifted me City Living. So we have access to some more stuff. I believe Killbot last time was mentioning that there are some vines in City Living that we could try, and I didn't have it. So Rune gifted us that pack, so we get to see what new things. I haven't played with it yet, so we get to see the new things that we get to play with today. So yeah. So ads are going to be starting in about a minute and a half. So I won't do anything in terms of a lot of building while y'all are in ads, but yeah, we'll get started into the build once y'all get back from ads. Yeah, I'm really grateful to Rune for gifting us that pack, because it would take me a little bit to save up money to get things like that. So yes, thank you so much to Rune for gifting that to us. But anyways, how's everyone's day going? Does anyone have any weekend plans? Anything exciting going on? Anyone prepping for Halloween or anything like that? I don't know how to force ads. I should probably look that up. Hold on, let's see if I can find. How to force ads to play. I'm prepping for exams. Oh, okay. Which exams? Forever studying. We've got 2 people studying today. Good times. Hopefully we can keep you some company while y'all are prepping. Okay, ads are about to start. Thank you so much for sticking around for them and helping support our stream. Mock exams. GCSs. What are GCSs? I don't know if you can hear me. You might be in ads. GC. Oh, gotcha. Oops. Forgot that when I click off of Sims, it takes off the music. Okay. I'm gonna kind of look around the property just to give myself an idea of what I want to do. They're the final exam in secondary school. Gotcha! I'm done studying forever. Is that true, though? That doesn't seem like it would be true. I feel like there's going to be some point where you have to study for something. Oh, no. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put... Let's put our cheats on. That's something that we can do. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. We've got... Move objects on? No. Hold on. It would help if I typed it in correctly. bb.move objects on. bb.show hidden objects. I don't know if I wanted that, but that's fine. I guess we can just, I don't know if, I mean, they're already true, so that's fine. And I think that's it. So we're good. Okay. If I fail these exams, I can't apply for college, pretty much. Again, I don't know if you're in ads or not, but I believe in you. You've got this. You can do it. Remember to sleep well and hydrate and eat well before you do the exam. That's always the basic advice that people give. Okay. I'm wondering if I should scooch the house all the way to the left, or to the right, sorry, or leave it there. We could also do something with the back, but yeah, I don't know. I might want to move the house just because of the shape of it. And over here, I guess the lighting will change depending on the time of day. Yeah. Okay, we've got about 20 seconds of ads and then we'll get started on our build. And I'm gonna continue to... Okay. All right, welcome back from ads, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. Him, I don't know if you heard me, but I believe in you. You've got this. And same with Lexi as well. You've got this. You can do it. Good luck with studying. Okay, so I was debating to myself whether I should move the house over to this side of the lot, just because this is so flat on this side, or if we should leave it and try to put something over here. It just feels like this side of the house isn't very dynamic. I can make it dynamic. I can add something over here, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. That side of the house gets some morning light, but let's maybe move this tree and try moving the house. Because it, no. Because what would that actually be like? It's almost to the back of the lot. But then the path ends right here, which is annoying. It kind of continues this way, but not really. And I have no control over this part. So... you know what? I think I'm just going to challenge myself and try to make this as dynamic as possible. Let's also move the tree back. Okay. Shall we... I think... that I want to use some terrain tools to raise the part of the garden that the gnome is going to be on. Maybe a little bit further over. And then smooth that out a little bit. I don't want to flatten it. I want to smooth. Yeah, okay. Hold on. No. Maybe one bigger? And then smooth it out. How do I reduce... adjust softness? I want it to be very soft. Ugh. I just need to like tap it. Hold on. See, I want it to be... See, that just flattens it. How does that smooth it? That makes no sense. Okay, let's just make a giant lump and then smooth it and see what happens. No, that's not what I want either. Okay, let's... oh, it looks like this lot isn't actually flat, which is interesting. Can I... no. Okay. Let's try this again. Maybe a smaller bump. Just make it huge and then smooth it out. Oops. That's kind of what I was going for. I guess I do want it a little bit further back, so... back here. Sure, why not? Let's go with that. And then I want the gnome up at the top. And then the fact that he's floating isn't really going to matter because we're going to surround him with plants and rocks. So let's definitely feels like we have more rocks than this. Rock? There we go. Okay, let's just pull some of these out. All right, hold on. We can make them smaller. That one only gets that small, so that's not gonna work. What about this one? That one only gets that small. Okay. How small does this one get? Yeah, this one gets smaller. Why? There we go. This one, how small does this one get? It'd be really cool to actually put this guy on top of this one. It's kind of flat. I guess we can make that one smaller, and then these are actually small. We might mess with just these four. Okay. Let's get rid of that one. Doesn't this look like the gnome belongs on top of that? Right, like a little monument. Okay, is he floating? No. You can't really... I mean, he is, but you can't really tell. Okay. Can we lower... No, we can't lower that one. I don't know if I like those. I like the idea of the rock with something on it, but I don't think that that is fitting the vibe that I want for this garden. So we'll have to keep that in mind for future builds though, because I think that that's pretty cool. Okay. Now we do want to make sure that it doesn't look like this guy is floating. And there's only... We don't have the tool mod installed. So there's only so much we can do. In terms of like tilting plants and things like that. But we're gonna try and do our best to hide the fact that he is in fact floating. Okay. I do want to find some like gardeny plants. Okay, so we do have some new debug stuff from City Living. Let's see, is there anything in here that's new? I don't think so. Darn, because this is probably what we're going to be using the most of. Okay. Let's debug. We can pull that out. Definitely, I feel like we could use those. We have one of those out. I love these. I feel like we could use those somewhere. Probably not here, but maybe... Oops. Maybe over here? We'll see. I'm mostly looking for like shrubs with flowers on it that one might find in a garden. Oh. I do like those two, so let's put those here. That's more of a shrub. That one we have up against the wall. That there. Another shrub. Maybe something like that. Oh, you know what? My original plan too was to do like a meditation garden, which could be fun to do. Maybe we will do that. Right now we're just pulling out plants that might work. Well, those are nice too. These are some vines as well, but actually those are kind of nice. Let's just pull those out and could we maybe put that on the side of the house over here? Whoop. It's not bad. How do I get it? I can't make it any lower, which is a bummer. I don't know. We'll leave those on there and see. And see what we think of it later. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. So if we are gonna do a meditation garden situation, we might need to push the gnome a little bit further back to make enough space for like a little maze situation. The big flowers look like lupins. They do. I think those might be lavender. Yeah. I think they're supposed to be lavender, but they do look like lupins for sure. Is this debug? Yes, it is. Okay. This feels more like something you would find. Ooh, the fern would be nice. This feels like something you would find like near water, which we don't have on this slot. The water's all the way over here. Okay. So I think maybe let's that raised the entire. Okay, so we'll just do this. Flatten. No, we want to flatten from over here. Right? Does that feel right? Sure. Okay. Now he's all the way up there. Let's push these planters back. Though those planters, we would want them in the sun, so... Okay. But if we have this guy here... Let's just lower all the plants. Oops. My nose is running. All right. Lower that down and lower this down. Maybe what we can do is we can use the terrain paint. We're just gonna put all our plants back here. And maybe we can use the terrain paint to kind of give ourselves a little mazy type pathway to the gnome from kind of the front, the where you would enter the house, I guess. And then we can put plants and rocks along the path to get to the gnome. But I do still think that the gnome should be kind of on an elevated little situation. So honestly, piling all the plants there doesn't look terrible, but that's not what we're gonna do. Okay. See, something like that, something simple like that. And then it doesn't look like it's floating too bad. Okay. But we do want to have like a pathway in this direction so you can get to the back and have the garden, or get to the planters and the rest of the back, or the yard, I should say. And we could have this somewhere along the path as well. Okay, terrain paint. I think that would be the best tool, and we can do, I think, probably a skinnier path. So maybe let's do it from this. So we want, hold on, maybe we do want it a little bit bigger and less soft. Okay. We want a little, like, maybe standing area right in front of it. It just still seems a little... Okay. Okay, and I think that something down this way would be fun. And then having like a larger patch here. And then the path will go this way. And we can go that way. This way. This way. Again, another like outcrop here. Okay. I wanted it to be more of like a rounder paths, but that's okay. And then I do kind of want like this like, what would you call this? What is this called? Yeah, cobblestone path situation going maybe back this way? Or should I do it the opposite, where the cobblestone is going through the maze and the dirt path goes back this way? I don't know. I might redo the terrain paint, but this is just to give us kind of a guide. Doing my grandma's hair. She had short gray hair and I would put little clips and hair ties in it to make it look crazy. Oh, that's such a sweet memory. I love that. Oh, that's awesome. That's so lovely. What kind of clips would you put in it? Right now I'm picturing like 90s butterfly clips. Okay, so you think cobble maze? Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. And I really like this cobblestone maze, or this cobblestone path. It's like a really pretty cobblestone. Okay, so we're gonna do this path. Should we do it wide like this? I think smaller. Okay. But maybe we can do can we do the cobblestone over this? We can. Okay, that works. We might redo it later, we'll see. But for now, that's what it's gonna look like. And I do feel like there's gonna be something here. So I'll just fill that out a little bit. She just had a collection of basic colorful berets and mini scrunchy type hair ties. Maybe some butterfly clips? I can't fully remember. Gotcha. I don't know, whenever I think of like decorating hair with hair clips, it reminds me automatically of the very colorful butterfly hair clips from the 90s. Okay. That doesn't look great. But we're gonna fix it, I promise. We'll fix the terrain paint. We're just gonna focus on getting the plants where we want them first, though. Alright. So we've got kind of a collection of different pretty bushes. Apparently this one doesn't get smaller or bigger. I'm using the right keys, right? Maybe I'm not using the right keys. Hold on, I need to blow my nose. Give me just a second. Okay. I thought I was using the right keyboard shortcut for making things smaller. Maybe I'm not. I was just doing it earlier. Shortcut to make things smaller. Okay. I am. Okay, so maybe the debug stuff doesn't get smaller or bigger. Let's find something that's not debug. Okay, yeah, the debug stuff doesn't get smaller or bigger. That's what it is. Okay. So we could do something like that there. This is also, is this the same bush? Similar bush. It would be really nice to have a bee house too, like maybe a couple of bee houses right next to, but these are debug bee houses. How do I, wait, no, that's, is it debug? Oh, it's not. Where did I read debug. It said debug somewhere. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to have some bee houses kind of in the maze since there's so many flowers over here. Okay. And we can work on the colors for them. Maybe the brown. I do like the green though. We'll figure that out later. Okay, so let's see. We could have a lavender lined path. Whole bunch of these. Okay. Oh, it's because I have to click on them to make them smaller. That's why it wasn't working earlier. Okay. Or maybe the thing that I was saying could be over here, could be the bee houses. I don't know, I just feel like there would be something here. Or a statue of some kind, or... I do picture the water fountain there. Does that come in different colors? No. Okay. This is just grass. Hold on, let's prettify the lavender a little bit. Okay. Maybe not that small. And then we can get this one here. Down there. Or should it be like a single row of them? Hold on, let me... Smaller, I guess? No, not that small. I think I want another purple one. This makes it easier, but I kind of want the colors interspersed a little bit, so... Okay. Is that too dense? Should I have, like, I could also just do like a few, you know, lined up rather than... Okay. Do I like them bunched up? Or do I like them... I don't know. I kind of like them bunched up. Maybe I should be looking at references, but... A smaller one. Actually, that can be a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, they are more dense on one side than the other, so let's add one more there, maybe? Okay. So the Sims won't actually use this like a maze. That's the thing, is especially if it's debug, they can just walk straight through the plants, but this is for aesthetics. Okay, I don't know if I should have scooched this, or if I could just like... Hold on, maybe I can do this. Do we have a purple version of this? We do, okay. Kind of. And then add another white one on this side. Turn it around so that it's not, doesn't look identical. Hold on. That looks fine, right? Okay. I'm gonna see if there's a statue that we can use. Baby Yoda? What's giving witchy? None of these. Okay. Maybe sculpture? Sculptures. We've got Zaki the Concrete Donkey. Okay. Baby Yoda is basically a witch. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Okay. Okay, that's... It looks sad. Why is this called the dolphin? I like it. You know what? Maybe I like this one too for... Oh. Wait, what? Why does that... Y'all seeing this? Hold on. Okay. This guy, make it big. It's very sad. Yes. You place it. Okay. If it's big. Oh. It turns into different versions? Huh. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I guess if you make it big, then it can't switch. That's fascinating. Okay. There's no joy here. There's only emptiness. This mask is the facade I wear to the world. The scroll underneath helps it balance. Fascinating. Okay, well, we don't want that kind of negative energy around our house. This is a big old fountain. This is a public fire pit. Okay. I'm just looking for something that we could put along the path that would look good. Yeah, and I'm sure there's some lore that I'm missing there. I like the dragon. Little duck. Why do I feel like our green witch would have a lawn flamingo? I feel like they would find it very funny. Okay. High rider. Okay. Well, this is a gnome riding a flamingo, and this is the Gnome Shell challenge. So I feel like we have to have that too. Maybe they can have a little army of flamingos following them. I feel like that's gonna have to be in here. Witches can have a sense of humor. Yep. That's definitely happening. We can even make some smaller flamingos. Is it a little unhinged? Yes. Is that fine? Also, yes. See? Adorable. I love it. Okay. We've got more gnomes. Oh. We've got a ghost gnome. That could probably be in the... seance area of the yard. So we're going to put that over here. That's kind of awesome. You like our parade of flamingos? I feel like, should I maybe like just turn them just a little bit so they don't all look like they're... Sure. Yeah. Yep, that's happening. Okay. We don't have any water. If we had like a little a pond, I would put this guy by the pond. Gnome matter what. I'm still your baby. We can put that gnome over there. What is this? Antique canal boat. Okay, that would also go in a pond if I had one. We have a naked gnome called the Bare Essentials gnome. Not sure if that's quite our vibe. We could also put in like an arch. This is actually kind of nice. I actually really like that. Maybe these would go at the entrance to this meditation garden. Like one on either side type of thing. Let's see, what color do we want them? We'll mess with the color later. We have this fountain too. But we already have a bird fountain. Or we could do a fountain over here. I don't know. Wow, this plant fountain would be cool. Hold on. Look at that. Like right by, I don't know, right across from him? I don't know, maybe it's too big too. I kind of want to look at it though. Hold on, let's see what colors it comes in. That's fun. Wow. I love this. I want this in real life. I really like that one for this garden. I don't know. We'll keep it out just in case we can use it somewhere. Whoa, man. Okay, same fountain. Flying origami cranes. I think that's a little too city for us. Okay. All right. We got some stuff to put around, so let's maybe that guy there. What's this guy? What do you look like? What are you? Nothing. I don't think I liked you. Okay. Oh, I guess we could put this at the end. No, I like it where it was. This water fountain could be at the end here. And we could put... I kind of like the plain grass right here. Cat statue. Did I delete the cat statue? It was supposed to be that weird one was supposed to be the cat statue, wasn't it? What happened? Where did it go? This one. Oh, it changed too. What is happening? Why is this Look! It says dolphin statue. That's a seal. Yes? No, that's a dolphin. But why is it a cat here? I'm so confused. And then it changes into this too. What is happening? What? Okay, well, cat statue changed into something else. So, but if we make it bigger, then we can kind of cheat the system. We'll put it here. Oops. There we go. Okay. what? Let's... we want to put maybe some lower lying... where are the lower lying plants that we had? Because we want some of those. Some of that. Maybe we could do some here. Nope. Hold on. Right here. Oh, ad break in progress. What in the glitch? The witches are playing tricks on you. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll stop here since ad breaks are going. I'm just gonna kind of look at what we've got so far and see where we want to go from here. I do think some low-lying plants would be good here. We might... oops. Because I do want to fill the space with plants as much as possible. Let's just pull these over here just so that we can see what we've got. Yeah, I think some low-lying plants. Maybe those would be here. We forgot to look here as well for any plants we might want to use. So definitely have to do that. And then we'll build up the rocks around the gnome. I'm quite pleased with it so far. Is it the most professional looking thing? No. Am I having fun? Yes. And that's what's important. Okay. You know what? I do have to pee. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. I will be right back. Hopefully not long after ads. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Thank you for sticking around for ads and helping support our stream. Sorry, I really had to pee, so stay. Okay. So I didn't work on anything. I just kind of looked around to see what we had and moved the plants up so that we could see what we were working with. I do think I still want some low-lying plants here, and I forgot that we still had another section that we hadn't looked through, so we're going to look through those real quick. And I do want this area to be as full of plants as possible. We might change, you know, these out. And then actually we haven't decided where we want these. Oh, hold on, not that one, this one. We haven't actively picked where we want those yet either, so. Do these have different colors too? Or no? Oh, you can just make them a lighter green. I see. I think I like the darker green. Alright. What? One? Thank you. Alright. So let's take a look at these. We've got a more tropical looking plant. I don't think I want that one. We've got some giant grass for some reason. Pond plants. Random flowers. I don't know why these are huge. We can make them smaller. We could... Actually, these might be able to go... we'll see. I'll pull them out just in case. Okay, those don't come in different colors. Giant grass again. No. Is this like a fence with a plant on it? Is that what that is? I guess we could... I don't know if that looks correct, though. We could, like, border the garden with these, but it does look like the fence is made of, like, metal, which I don't think suits the rusticness of this build, so I don't think so. That's nice. What's that? Oh, grass. Okay. More grass. Planters with lavender in them. That's basically the same as that. Ooh, those are fun. Hold on, what if I did this? I like that. Okay. More planters, cactus. What is this? Oh, garden plots. Interesting. Okay, more like a city thing though. And this? Willow Creek planter. I actually kind of like that. We could maybe put that on this side of the house to decorate that. Does this come in different colors? No. But that adds some visual interest back here. So that could be nice. Okay. It would be really cool if my nose wasn't running. Okay. Oh, these have purple flowers, unlike the yellow flowers here, so... Alright, I need more storage space for my plants. outside. Okay. Here we go. Here's some more, like, bushes with flowers, which is what we're looking for here. Alright. That's kind of nice. I like those. Oh, little mushrooms. That's fun. Yeah, let's pull out the little mushrooms. Is this also mushrooms? It is! Oh, so cute. Oh, that's a lot of mushrooms. We could maybe put those over here. I don't know, we'll see. These might not be for the maze, but we could add them around the rest of the yard. So we'll put them back there. Another colorful little bush. See, this is kind of what I'm thinking for here. Like, just have him walking through these tiny daisies. Just make them as small as possible. And please face the other way. I don't know, we're just testing this out, so this might not stay, but... Right? Okay. Oh, these were the daisies. Not sure if I'm big on those colors. This is fun, but I don't know if it fits anywhere, so we'll see. Where was I? These are some more low-lying stuff. More flowers. These do come in different colors. We have pink, and I think these are the two that I would like for our yard. Too many options. Honestly, too many options is not a bad thing, though. Volcano flowers. That's fun. All right. Do we have too many plants? Maybe. Ooh. Smaller version. We have a bush. Bush. Okay. This is like a planter that hangs someplace. What do these look like? Oh wow. Okay. What if we did these? Here. Hold on. I don't want them. Oh, shoot. Come on. I don't want them clipping into the house. Hold on. There. They don't come in different colors, do they? They do not. Let's put them there and see how we feel about them later. Is this a new song? Oh no, it's not. Thank you. Hold on, I do want to make sure that it's centered too. Thank you. Okay. Are we good with the mismatched woods in terms of these planters for the house? That's my question. All right. Last few things I'll pull out. How big are these? All right. So we have pulled out a ton more plants, which is awesome. Now we just have to try and figure out how we want to fill in the space. So freaking gnats. We could keep all right, as we're entering, this is what we're seeing. These two planters, which honestly, I think I might I don't know, I just don't like how flat they are. So maybe we're gonna change our mind on this one. Or could also just all right. Kind of a POV situation. I know there's a way to actually do like POV, but what if we had these guys here? We could do oh, these are lupins. It actively says so. Oops. You know what? Let's do this. I don't know. I don't know about this one in particular, so let's do this. And okay. That is part of this area. All right. I like the white flowers as you walk in. And then I like this as like being a filler bush. We need something for right here, so let's see what we can put right there. Maybe something pink to tie them together. Oops. No. Hold on. Maybe a gnome? I do feel like the gnome should be over here. Need something a little more dynamic. All right, and then the pink bush and the yellow bush aren't bad here, but there we go. Now we can actually see. Okay. I just feel like these would be more like up against the house. That grass feels correct there too, for some reason to me. No. Something a little more plain there. Okay. And then, okay, so you walk in, this is what you see. I think that maybe, no. I think I need a watering can there. Do we want them with one that we can actually use, or do we want one with plants in it? Let's see. Maybe the one with plants in it. Like you peek around the corner, it's like, oh. Which then the lantern doesn't quite make sense there, so I can lift that back up onto the porch. I do think which way does the triangle go here? Maybe we just do 2 squares. Hold on. This grass piece here can go here as well, I think. All right. Oops. Actually, I haven't saved at all today, so I should probably do that. Let's do that. Okay. Oops. I don't know. There needs to be something lining here, but I'm not sure what to put there. So let's move on. Let's keep moving down the path. Maybe place something right here. Okay. This should be in front of something, but I don't think that that's quite the right place for it. So let's maybe I kind of want to copy this one and make a smaller version to put here to fill in that space as well. And shove this guy somewhere here. And that, it feels appropriate to have rocks there too. So let's get some rocks and put them there. I feel good about that. Okay. And this is actually where this path comes out. So oops. So we do have a dirt path here. I don't know if I like those there at all. Maybe we could do... because I feel like this is going to have to be low-lying. We have other flowers too, right? Where did we put those? Right here. So we could just do more of these. And what colors do they come in? I do think the orange is best. Go. I don't know. Let's move that back over there. We'll leave that there for now, but I'm not sure if I like that. No, I don't. Don't like it. So we're going to just take those out. We do need something to fill this space too. But we can just make like another one of those small little ferns to fill in that space. Or I clone one of these guys and put another one back here. A smaller one maybe. Sure. Okay. Put that there. We could make this the like. Oh, hold on. This gnome could be back here. I don't want this guy back here on this gnome. All right. No, I want the pink over here. Nope. All right. It's incredible how much time you can spend on something like this. I think that... Hold on, is there a gate? I kind of want a gate. I want a gate leading out of the maze area, so that it's like a clear exit. Okay. So then there has to be, okay. So if that's true, then we do have to kind of create a barrier. So that it's impossible to get through there. We could do that instead. Okay. Now I feel like we need to have something filling that space. But we'll come back to that. I guess we don't have to have this area blocked off. Hold on. We can just have these kind of along here. Okay. I hope that this makes sense. Like it doesn't look, I hope this doesn't look messy. But maybe to keep it uniform. Not messy. That's good. Okay. We've worked on this part so far. I feel like this part looks a little messy though. Yeah, I just feel like this we can... Oh, you know what? Is there a hose in game? Because we can make that the excuse for this being open here. Yeah, okay. See? That makes sense to me. And then we can maybe add an actual watering can. Like this, as if like this is where we fill up the watering can. Are there like gardening tools? We had like a little gardening vacuum. Okay. And just put a pile of tools over here. Save. No, I don't really like the gardening vacuum. Okay. But that still, like, it makes more sense to me now. Maybe we can make this look a little bit more organic by adding these triangle pieces in. That looks a little bit better, I guess. Okay. All right. We could keep this, oops. Keep this here, but I'm not sure. Okay. So you walk through the maze. What if you make this bigger? Sure, why not? Okay. Walk through here, and then you have the option to take a right or a left. I do think that maybe this... I don't know, I feel like that we can make this a little bit bushier. Oops. Does it clip into the statue really bad? Not too bad. Okay. And then, oops. We want to fill in this space now. And I feel like maybe a hedge might be the way to go here. Why are these huge? Because I don't want to like overkill with a bunch of flowers. Hedge. And we still do want, I guess, some form of privacy here. Bless you. We could do something like this, but it feels a little too put together for this garden. But then if we do like this guy, it's too big, and if I make it smaller, it's not quite as tall as I would like. Hold on. Oh, we could do something like this. Have it go all the way this way. And then use the really sparse flowers from over here. But these don't change color, so I don't know. And they don't really match the colors of the plants on this side. So maybe not. But we could use these. Make them smaller. Can we improve the lighting here? Oops, nope, not the hedgerow. Want to copy the flowers. Make them a little bit smaller. Make them face the other direction. I guess we could also just change the color of the ones on. On this side, we could make these all pink. I don't know, I just kind of like the mix of colors though. Oh, there's a purple and pink one. I don't know, does that? Haven't decided whether I like that or not. Okay. And we can always change this plant too. Oh, if we change it to blue, then we could actually change these to blue as well. Or maybe not. Purple one is nice. Okay, let's see. We've got pink, light pink, blue, like a pink purple, yellow, orange, burgundy-ish, and then a deep purple. I love the deep purple, but I don't think that that's going to match here. But maybe we can use those on in another part of the garden. I kind of like the blue because then it matches the purples and the blues in the background here. Okay, ads are starting in another 3 minutes. Thank you so much for sticking around for ads and helping support our stream. Can I... Hold on. Are there coins anywhere in the game? No. Not that I can tell. Money? What it says? Park-O-Matic Money Eater. Money tree? Okay. Well, that's gonna have to go in here. Oh, well, I'd have to grow it. Dang. Pile of money. No, I want like coins because it would be cool to have some coins littered around the fountain. But I don't think so. Okay. I kind of like that corner. All right, so let's just say we hit the dead end and we come back around. Thank you for the hydrate, Lexi. Perfect. Okay. So we might be able to lay some flowers down in front of this guy too. Or maybe just pull him forward a little bit. Thank you for the posture check, tomato. Okay. So we come back around and now we're going around this way. This was just a... These are not actually placed. These are, but the other ones are not. So we want to come back around this way. So we're going to need something to be our barrier to keep us from getting that way. We could do this guy here to match the pink next to us. Hold on. We also have this pink bush, but we do need enough space here for the path. So, I guess the bush that goes here needs to be small enough to leave space for the path. What have we got back here? I guess we could go for this one, but then make it much smaller. I don't know, it's quite round and perfect. Okay, ads should be starting any second. So actually I might like that. So I won't, once I get the notification that ads are running, I will stop landscaping until y'all get back. See, I want this to feel more uniform. But it's hard because I can't like make this a very thick plot of plant. I think while y'all are gone, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a deeper like a clearer path so that we don't accidentally put plants on top of the path that we want going towards the backyard. So that's what I'll work on while y'all are gone. So you won't really miss anything. I need chapstick. Exactly. Okay, let's work on this path. Paint tool, and we want this dirt path, yes? Why does that look like that? Oh, I see. Let's change the lighting so we can actually see what we're doing. And we're gonna just kind of create a... Hold on. We're gonna create a little path that goes over to the hose. Maybe even smaller than that. I feel like it would come from this way, so... Yeah, there we go. Make this a little bit bigger again. Okay. That feels good to me. It's a little bit more defined so we can see where it's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay. Ads should last another few seconds and then we'll have people back. Okay, hello, welcome back from ads. Okay, I just made this path a little bit more clear going this direction, and I ended it here because I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do back here. So we'll decide that later. But then I also made a tiny little path going to the hose here, just to show that that's also a path often traveled. But now we are struggling with... Cat is snoring behind me. What is it? You have a dream? Come here. Want to snuggle? She was like meowing in her sleep, and she just woke up and meowed at me. She's like, hey, what's going on here? Actually, maybe that can go there. Okay, I just want to make this look a little uniform. If I put this here, I'm afraid that this isn't quite enough to keep people from like stepping over the flowers. And I do want it to be like an actual physical barrier. So I don't think those flowers are going to be quite enough. We could do... Why is... I don't understand. Okay, my... There we go. My size change shortcuts weren't working for a second. I don't know where that noise came from. Interesting. Interesting. I got a notification noise, but I'm not sure where it came from. Another pink one, maybe? Okay, now it's starting to look more like a maze. Look at that. And I feel like that looks a little bit more uniform in color. I kind of want like a short little white flowered bush here. Maybe this one. We can make it real small. Yeah. What do y'all think? Here, I'll zoom out a little bit. See, we've kind of worked on the entrance to it, and then coming in this way, going around that way. I like it. I think it's fun. I do think that we should probably put these all the way to the edge of the lot so it doesn't look bare like that, but I don't know. I like it. All right. And then we'll come around this way. We walk down the path, and then we need a barrier here. And I guess we could just continue to add a couple more of these guys here. To close that up. And then I feel like we could definitely add some flowers down here. Like the low-lying ones, maybe? Ooh, these could be fun. These feel like plants that would grow near a water fountain. I don't know why, but they do. And we can actually just... I do wish we had these flowers growing in like more organic shapes than full-on squares and triangles, but should we also add those back here? Maybe, why not? Does that look okay? Sure. I feel like you would need either a gardener or magic to upkeep this garden. So it's appropriate that we have our green witch working on this because, woo, this garden would be a lot of work. But it's so fun. I feel like you can also tell my biases in terms of what I like, because I'm so focused on all of these freaking plants. We could do some structures like this, right? Why not? And they actually do match the vibes of this area. Like this color matches these. I do wish we had one more. I guess we could put this one here and then just add something there. Maybe we'll do that. Ouch. I hope those of you who are studying, that studying is going well. Oh, wow. Okay. Does that work in that space? I don't know, but I do like those, so I won't. I'll just keep them someplace else. Let's see. Oh, this matches the flowers in that pot next to it. So that could work. So maybe we put that right here. And then we either put the same plant smaller back here, or we put a white bush there. I think we might go with a white bush. Where's my favorite bush back here? I keep on going for this one, but it just makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so then you take this turn. I think I want to scooch this a little bit further that way, because to make space to walk. Go this way. You walk here. Then you walk in this direction. Then you turn here. And you can either go forward to the beehives, which, do I want the beehives there? Or do I want them back here and want some other type of sculpture over here? Actually, you know what? What about that? Y'all remember that big rock? Maybe. Where's the big flat one? This one? That might be too big. Hold on. Let's... We can't make it any smaller than that, too. If we could make this smaller, it would be perfect. I would just sit that on top of there, but I don't think so. We ran out of sculptures, right? Yeah, we did. Okay. I think the only thing that makes sense is to put these beehives here. But let's center them a little bit. And then we can add some flowers and stuff around that too. Can maybe add another one of these. No. Okay. We could just make this kind of a... Oh no, I don't want the big one, I want the little one. Maybe I'm gonna push these back a little bit. Make it to where you can actually get to the hives. How's that? And then I do think that we need like a purple bush for that side. No, not that. We could also just do the plain. No. made that smaller. No. What about this one? Is this the same one? Oh, no. All right. I don't think I want it to be dome shaped. Okay. Do these flowers work here? No. I don't know what to put in that corner. I'm honestly not sure. I'll come back to that spot. Okay, so they go into this corner. They can't go this way, so they have to come back around this way. There's a lovely little bird fountain for them. I think there's supposed to be a barrier here too, so they could go to the left and then discover that there's no way to go. Then they have to come around this way, and then that's how they get to the gnome. So we need to have another barrier here as well. And these aren't placed either, so we can move. That one I might want to keep there. That one is placed. This kind of looks like a squirrel, doesn't it? The head shape to me looks like a squirrel. I know it is likely a cat though. Okay. I could also put these here. Scooch this up. Oh, hello, Vanny Plays. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. We are working on a garden maze for our Witchy Cottage. Trying to make everything look balanced, so I'm struggling with colors, but I found you on Instagram and really enjoyed your content. Oh, that's awesome! Thank you so much for letting me know. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I'm really glad that you like the content. Sometimes it feels like I'm like speaking into the void when I'm creating content, but oops, I'm posting what I enjoy, so I'm glad that you enjoy it as well. Sorry, my nose is always runny. You'll find that that is a meme here. So wiping my nose is a constant here on stream. I hope your day is going well. What are you up to? Doing anything fun this weekend? Okay, Thank you, Tomato Shark, for the hey listen. Okay, oh, also I have here, I'm gonna put this into chat. I created a new command. If you type !commands, that'll be that'll show you all of the commands that you can use on our stream. I just did some cleaning and now we'll have the rest of my day free. Yay! That's awesome. Do you have any, are you planning on relaxing or working on any hobbies or anything? Okay, I really need something here. Actually, maybe I can create a platform for this statue because I do feel like it's just not tall enough. So maybe I can use just like alt place some of these rocks and put the statue on there and make that work for us. Let's see. I've got a joke about vegetables for you. It's a bit corny. Nice. Capybara fact, they have a gestation period of about 130 to 150 days and usually give birth to 4 to 5 babies at a time. That, yeah. That's a short time. How many months is... Hold on. 130 to 150 days. Divided by 30. 30, 60, 90, 120. Oh, yeah. About 5. Gotcha. Fun facts. That's not very long. I wonder what the animal with the longest gestation period is. Could I make this... Actually, I might be able to make this work. Hold on. Now it kind of looks like it's... Oh, it is clipping in the back. What if I make this slightly smaller? Yeah, I kind of like it on the rocks rather than just being on the ground because it gives it a little bit of height. Maybe I'll do another one of these. Make it smaller and then turn it so that you can't tell it's the same rock. Yeah, I like that. I'm bad at math. Oh, okay, so 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Yeah. 150 would be 5 months. African elephant. That's what I thought. 22 months. That's a no thank you from me. No thanks. I don't... I'm good. The animal with the longest gestation period in the animal kingdom is the alpine salamander. Salamandra atra, with a pregnancy that can last up to 5 years, particularly in higher elevations in the Swiss Alps. Whoa! 5 years. No thank you. That's another no thank you from me. Oh, this piece has a rock sticking out of it. That's fine. Okay. I'm feeling another purple plant here. I wonder if that's because of the cold. Like, are they getting frozen? Good question. I know that there are some animals that can like remain... Okay, getting really scientific here. I know that there are some animals that the females can store the sperm of the males for an extended period of time and not get pregnant until the environmental conditions are right for them to get pregnant. So I'm wondering if it's something similar where It says gestation period, so they're probably already pregnant at that point. But I'm wondering if it's something where the animal just can tell when the conditions are right for having a baby, and they can hold on to like not give birth until the conditions are correct. I wonder. I'll have to look it up, but this is just my educated guess. I do have a degree in biology, so it is an educated guess, but I don't know if that's true at all. Don't take my word for it. Okay. Maybe we might have to look. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to look through these bushes and we're going to filter it by purple and see what comes up, because I'm feeling a purple bush here. See, there's nothing that really works there. What about flowers? Purple flowers. That might work. Hold on, we'll store that there. Ooh. I do love that plant. Does that work? Hold on, maybe if we spin it a little bit. I just think that the orientation. I kind of like that. That works, right? Makes a lot of sense though. Evolution is very wary of conditions. Yes, and it makes sense to not like use your energy, like in terms of like when they can store the sperm, like it makes sense not to use your energy undergoing a pregnancy if, you know, your offspring are not going to make it. So nature is amazing. Okay, what is this called? Baby's bottom rosebush. Okay. I guess we have baby's breath. But baby's bottom. Interesting. What if we made one smaller here? Regal rosebush. I guess we could... Let's see, does red make sense over here though? Also, we don't have to keep this, but I do kind of want to put something in here with more color, because it is just green and yellow for all of that, so... It might keep the fertilized egg as a single cell until then. Yeah! Until there is enough food and water, yeah. Speaking of gestation, yeah, that could be it. Oh, wow. Those are huge. We might be able to make those work over here, so let's stick those over here. What does that look like? Huge. Ooh. This is a thistle. I kind of like that for here. Just a whole row of them. And they do come in different colors, so we can check out the different colors. Hold on. We've got a purple one. Like purple stems, that's funny, with white flowers. Red flowers, yellow flowers, pink flowers, purple stems with blue flowers, just a darker green stem, pink stem, orange flower, purple flower. I kind of like the white because of the white that we have going on over here, but let's see. Which just screams purple, green, and black to me. I agree. Actually, I don't know if you've seen the inside of our house. This is kind of the overall vibe so far. I'm trying to make a Zen garden, so like you have to kind of walk through and meditate as you go through. But the inside of the house kind of shows the personalities of the witches that we have living in here. And we're actually going to be making these witches on Thursday. So we've been working on the house for a good long while, but we're actually going to make the witches that live in here on Thursday on stream. But this is the entrance that the plant witch has kind of, the green witch has taken over, I should say. We've got our living room here, our kitchen, and then we have the office for our celestial witch. She does a lot of her celestial research in there. The living room, which we're still working on, and I have now just realized that the planters out here are sticking in, so we'll have to fix that. Still working on that because I can't seem to get quite happy with how that looks. We've got a bathroom and a mudroom, and then upstairs you go up the stairs here from the entrance, and then we've got a bathroom again with more plants. We've got our green witch's room, which I'm quite pleased with. We've got our death witch's room, which I think I want to add something else to it, but I haven't decided yet. And then we've got our celestial witch's room, which is the smallest room. It's kind of like a cozy reading nook situation. Of course, she's got her telescope. So, yeah, we've got a green witch, a death witch, and a celestial witch living in here. So we'll be creating those sims on Thursday. But yeah, that's kind of their vibes, each of their vibes. And I've decided that the green witch has a sense of humor. So we have our little army of flamingo sculptures going here, and then we've got our gnome riding the front one. But this is also, we're doing the Gnome Shell challenge by ThatNerdViolet. So this was a shell, so we couldn't change any of the outer walls, and then part of the challenge too was that you had to have at least one gnome on the property. So I decided to go with the death gnome and have that be the end of this kind of meditative maze situation here. So yeah. Planty and cozy. Yes, that's honestly kind of my vibe, is planty and cozy. So you can very much tell my biases in this build. Love it. Thank you so much. I've worked really hard on it. You can actually, I do have a VODs channel. Hold on, let me put that into chat. These are my socials. You said you have already seen the Instagram, but the second link is my VODs channel, and you can see the other streams where we were working on this. I think this is our 4th stream that we're working on this build. So there are 3 other ones that you can check out if you'd be interested in seeing what the process was like to build these. Okay. Should we make these purple? Because there are purple flowers next to this space. Hold on. I don't want it to be like that electric. The electric blue flowers don't quite make sense to me. I think this is more of a softer garden with softer colors, but... And then I haven't decided whether I want to keep this fountain or not, but it does come in different colors too. Actually, it does have purple. Let's see. With how it's looking so far... Ooh, this might be nice too. I think either this white one with the yellow and blue flowers or the first one with the purple and pink flowers would be nice. Yeah. Okay, let's make this a straight line though, because that's going to bother me. Scooch and scooch. And I do think we want to add something else there, something at the bottom. Okay. I think I'm already subscribed to that. I wanted to watch the meanie run in Stardew. Yes! I'm so glad! I'm glad you're subscribed. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that JojaMart run with our character Olivia. I'm thinking about making a compilation of every time that she's mean to other characters and just make that into a video. I don't think it'll work as a short, so it'll probably be a bit longer of a video, but I think it would be really funny to kind of gather up all of the times that that character has had to be mean, just to see what it's been like over the course of that Let's Play. Okay, these are floating a little bit too much, so I'm not so sure if those are gonna work, but... Ooh, they could work over there, though. I kind of like that. Death Witch representation with the red flower fountain. Oh, that's true. Do you think the red flower fountain works with this? Oh, I guess it does have purple. What do you think? Does that match with everything else around? I could add more red flowers too. Hold on. Let's see if we... Red. We could add some over here. Mayhaps. Because this is the Grim Reaper gnome, so it would make sense. And we do have red thistle, so we could just switch it over to red. I think that red is a little vibrant, but... Or we don't have to go with the thistle at all. It was so funny, but also therapeutic. Can't wait to see more. I'm so glad. Yeah, I think that, I don't know if you've seen the whole backstory, if you've heard the few times that I've talked about Olivia's backstory, but I think that also coming at it from a place where I'm informing this character's decisions from a place where you're understanding her background, it also helps me think empathetically, I guess. It helps me remember that, like, for example, if you're ever, out and about and someone is rude to you or something like that, doesn't mean that they're bad people necessarily. Maybe they're having a bad day, or you can hold some grace for people, also remembering that it's important to set boundaries and to honor the fact that no one is allowed to treat you poorly no matter their background, but holding some space for people and holding it from a space of empathy can kind of help me feel better about when someone is mean to me, if that makes sense. I don't know if that was said cohesively enough, but yeah. Okay. Probably would need to change the flowers next to it. Okay. I'm thinking maybe these might be nice next to it rather than the thistles. Because the thistles just have a very bright red versus this deep burgundy red to me is I don't know. It's sexy. I don't know. A sexy red. It definitely goes with the gnome. Yes. If I had thought ahead, it would have been really interesting to start with. I guess I did start with lighter colors, but start with lighter colors and gradually make them get darker and darker until we reach the gnome. I'm not going to do that because it's taking me this long to get through just making this part of the garden, but that would have been a really interesting way to do this. And I'm actually really loving this space too with all of these flowers. Those hollyhocks would be nice next to it. Yes. I see. It's okay. It looks nice overall. Yeah, I think I mean, I'm happy with it so far. I like it. I know that oops. Let's lower this. There are some gaps here, so let's go ahead and fill those. Maybe we can put the thistles here. Is there a color that works? Oops, that works for these. Maybe these are in front of something. That's a hedge full of flowers. This is the same bush. Okay. I don't think I like the thistle there. Vanny, do you it says Vanny plays, so I assume you play games. What do you play? Does this come in different colors? No? We could... Oh, that one's the same one. Okay. We could also use the ferns and use them as filler here too. Hold on, where are they? These guys. Let's just put that over there real quick. I love these ferns, they're so pretty. I'm not sure if they fit though. Gaming is my hobby, yes. Currently I'm obsessed with Hades 2. Oh, I haven't played it. What kind of game is Hades 2? I know I've heard of it, but I couldn't like place... I couldn't put a like picture of the... I can't picture what the game looks like, if that makes sense. In my head. Oh, that's huge. Okay. No, that doesn't quite match. I'm not sure if those ferns match there either. But I think I might actually change this out to be ferns. We'll see. Because I might like that better. There we go. Inline for GOTY. What's GOTY, tomato? Oh, Game of the Year. Gotcha. It's a roguelike role-playing game. I'd say you play as the daughter of Hades in this Olympian/Greek mythology world. That sounds so freaking fun. Is it on console or PC? I'm kind of limited in what I can play because I don't have a gaming PC. Eventually I would like to get one when I can save up enough, but it's not in the cards for me right now. But I'm like making a list of games that I will be able to eventually play when I get a gaming PC. So whenever someone mentions a game that sounds interesting to me, I just add it to my list. Why am I having such a hard time picking flowers for this spot? Okay. Maybe... let's find yellow ones for this spot here. And we can tie in the red with this guy, maybe? My cousin just gave me Hades for the Switch. Oh, nice. Have you played it yet, Lexi? It's out for Steam and Switch. Okay, I do have a Switch. I do play on the Switch, so I'm not sure if I'd be able to stream it, but I could get it for myself for funsies. No, that's huge. Hold on. I guess I could tie... Actually, okay. I just feel like these yellow ones and the red ones are a little bit harsher in color, and then these yellow and white ones are a little bit softer. So I need to figure out how to make them. Oops. Oh, this is the thistle, actually. Look at that. This thistle coming back into play. Hades 1 or 2? Hades 1, no, I haven't tried it yet. We'll try after my exam is over next weekend. That's so fair. You've got a lot on your plate right now, so makes sense. How are you feeling about your exam? Do you feel like your studying is going well? I didn't like Hades 1 as much, but in the second one you can have pets / companions and hot spring time with characters you ooh. Had to try it and now I'm in love. That sounds so fun. I gotta say that it's the opposite of comfy. It's very fast and overwhelming. Okay, good to know, good to know. Yeah, I've played kind of a variety of... I like a variety of things. Like you can see in my about that I've played like Hollow Knight and Silksong on here, which I wouldn't say are cozy. Definitely very challenging. So I might still enjoy it because I do like being challenged. Maybe actually this one here. But I'll have to what I'll do is I'll watch some gameplay of it and watch other people play and see if it's something that I would like. This green just doesn't look right for this one, so maybe not that one. But then we have to fill in that blank space. Maybe that can go in the middle here. And then can we just make this a little bit smaller? I don't know, that spot looks messy to me. I don't like that as much. So can we scooch that and go there? Okay, ads are starting in 45 seconds. Thank you so much for sticking around for ads and helping support me and our community and our stream. I really appreciate it. I won't work on anything while y'all are gone. So as soon as it tells me that ads have actually started, I'll stop landscaping so that y'all don't miss anything. Okay. Let me catch up on the messages. Oh, I feel bad, lol. Hopefully I feel better in the next few days. It's probably not as bad as it feels, but I'm a bit worried. That's so fair. The anticipation of an exam for me is always worse than actually doing the exam. So I feel that. The art style is just so beautiful. The voice acting and music too. Ugh. I'm really into that stuff. Okay, it looks like ads are running, so I will pause here, probably just look around, and then I'll wait for y'all to get back before I continue anything else. And I'll read messages. I'll catch up on messages once y'all are back too. All right, I do know that I want a seance area back here. And this ghost gnome is just too perfect, and I think it would be really funny. Because this is The Sims, and we have to find some type of, quirky joy. So I think it would be really funny to have a bunch of those gnomes kind of flying around the seance area. I just can't see a world in which that is not hilarious. So I'm probably going to do that. I don't know if we'll keep these planters just because the Green Witch has taken up so much space for this. But I'm thinking actually that the seance area might be over here because it's a more secluded area of the house. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as of right now. Sorry, I'm just moving that lamp. Okay. But my goodness, we worked really hard on this garden, and I am proud of what we've done so far. I don't know if, you know, people will like it, but I like it. I'm into it. I just realized we do need to close this off too, so we might have to scooch some plants around for that. Yeah, so we'll have to close this off. We have 30 more seconds of ads. The witches have to be into it. Into what? Sorry, I missed the context. Sometimes I'll like be talking and then I'll forget what I said and people will say something. I'm like, I know this is related to something that I've said, but I don't remember what I said. Okay, hello, welcome back from ads. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I was just kind of talking to myself and wandering around and saying, we want a seance area into your witchy garden. I agree, yeah. And I think that they would like it. Granted, I feel like the celestial witch would just come back here and go straight to her telescope. But I feel like all of them would probably use the like maze to do some like rituals for sure. But I was saying that I want a seance area for the Death Witch, and there's this perfect ghost gnome, and I thought it would be so funny if we just had a whole bunch of ghost gnomes in the seance area. And I think I'll probably put the seance area on this side of the house over here, just because it's more secluded back here. Speaking of, I'm just gonna scooch these over here. It's more secluded back here, so I think that they would enjoy having this area for themselves. And then the Celestial Witch will probably be hanging out back here with her telescope. I'd walk through that and inspect every plant. I agree. And I think that this would also be like a bug haven, which is why I have these bee houses over here. I just think that it's perfect to have bee houses if you have so many flowers. And I could see them using honey for like, I mean, none of them are really like healing witches, but I could see them using it for themselves since honey has like antibacterial properties. Antimicrobial, I should say, properties. So you can use it kind of like as Neosporin or like, yeah, Neosporin is the only thing that I can think of. You can put it on wounds and stuff. So I feel like they would use the honey for that and maybe some magical baking or something like that. Okay. We need to close up this space here so that no one walks straight through here. So maybe, oh, it's not what I wanted to copy. Could I copy this one? And just create a little row of them. Does that work? And still look good. And then we can add, maybe we can get another one of, oh, I can't, oh, no, I'm trying to copy it. Here we go. we can add another one of these guys. Just a littler bush. Actually, can we add a little one here too? Oh, that's a little too little. Pull this out a little more. And then... do we need another one here? It can't hurt. Oh, but we do need to block this area too. Silly me. Okay. So I do feel like we do need like another yellow bush here. Actually, that's not too bad either. Okay. So, when they reach the dead end over here for the bees, then they have to come back this way. They might go left, which would then lead them to the cat statue, the cat that looks like a squirrel statue. And then when they realize that's a dead end, then they would continue their walk this way, past the flamingos. And now we need something here. We need more here, I should say. Because we have stuff, but maybe we could do some more blue since there's like a purple here. That's the same one. Blue. Maybe we do that one. Ooh, I like that one. Hold on. I think we have the same one over here, but that doesn't matter. We can use it in two places. Not sure about these flowers. Well, we could put them by the house though, and then have the gnome kind of sitting over here. He looks like he's singing the song from High School Musical. Soarin'. Okay. I don't think that that's supposed to be there either, so I think that's just a leftover from when we were collecting flowers. I hear that in the harmony, that there's not a star. I'm hearing it in the harmony of or like not the melody, but the harmony. I hope I'm making sense. When it's like showing them practicing the song in the music room. Okay. Now I want to sing it, but I don't want to get DMCA'd, so I won't. I want to keep singing it, but I will not, so that I don't get in trouble. Okay. I do really love that blue bush there. These irises are pretty. Hold on. We can try... Again, I want to create some actual like physical barriers so that people won't step over the flowers, which isn't actually going to happen in game. And I know that because a lot of this is debug and the Sims can just walk straight through the debug stuff, but I want to act as if this is real. See? And now I'm want to sing this is real. Demi Lovato, anyone? Okay. Let's put this way. Exactly. I hope one of y'all is singing it for me because I cannot. I am trapped in content creator mode at this point, so I cannot sing it without getting into trouble. Okay. I really like the irises actually. We can try and see if there's other colors that we like, but I enjoy them. Hold on. Okay, we've got pink, blue. Purple might be nice. We've got red too. We could start transitioning to the red here. Another pink, orange. This is like a orangey pink, blue and purple, yellow, and a lighter purple. And we could do a bunch of different ones too, if we wanted. Bunch of different colors. Hold on, let's change the lighting so we can see. I actually don't mind the whole bunch of different colors. Actually, that looks kind of nice. Okay. Here is where my problem comes in, because I feel like it would be really nice to have... actually, maybe I can just make this smaller. Does it look okay smaller? I don't know. I really wanted to have a bench facing the gnome. That felt correct to me, but then we have this. Maybe we can actually move this. That might fix our problem. I might have just fixed a few problems that we had. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I just want a bench facing the gnome. I just feel like that's appropriate for like the end of this journey for them. So, bench. Some time ago, my bestie came over to help me clean my depression apartment. She brought a music box and we blasted all of the HSM songs dancing together while cleaning. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so sweet. That sounds like such a blast. I love that for you. The gnome is humongous. I love it. Does it have a name? Oh, great question. The official name in-game is Don't Fear the Regnomer. So like the Grim Reaper, but instead the Regnomer. But we could give him a name. I always go for the same names. Like, I want to name him Steven. But I feel like I could be more creative than that. Freaking gnats. Go away. Ooh, Merlin is a good one. Okay, I think Merlin should be his first name, and then we should give him a wildly ordinary middle name. Merlin, first name. I like that. What should be his wildly ordinary middle name? Okay, I like this bench. It's very, like, I can't think of the word. Ornamentative is not a word, but that's the vibe that I'm going for. Okay. Merlin Mark. I love that. Merlin Mark. And now we have to give him a last name that starts with M.
What is it? Oh my goodness, such a sleepy baby. You wanna come say hi?
Oh, we have a baby in our midst.
What do you think the last name should be?
I want to say Melvin. I do have pets. This is my baby. Her name's Cadet. She is a elderly tripod cat. I've had her since she was a kitten. She's about 13 at this point. And we had to take off one of her legs a few years ago due to some health complications, but she is living her best life, and she's been napping behind me this entire time, and now she has decided she wants cuddles. And this is about the time that she usually asks for cuddles, so if you're hanging out on Sundays, usually at around like 10:45 or 11 my time, she will come up and ask for snuggles. Wanna say hi? But she is my baby and I love her very much. Wanna lay down? She lived her best life yesterday too, because we went on a hike and then came home, sat on the couch for the rest of the day because I was really worn out because I have chronic fatigue. And she like was passed out for most of the afternoon, just conked out, sleeping on top of us while we were playing games and watching shows and things like that. Just living her best life. Yes, she is an old lady. She's my little old lady. And a baby at the same time. She's an old lady baby. Oh, God bless her. Ooh, McStuffins. Okay, Merlin. It was Mark, right? Merlin Mark McStuffins. The most ridiculous name for a gnome. And then the witches, when they're gonna go out and do the maze, they'll just be like, okay, we're gonna go visit Merlin. Or Mr. McStuffins. That's hilarious. Okay, I have realized that this path might cut it a little close here to the bench, and I will have nothing to like block people from coming up this way. So I wonder if we will have to like remove this and then just make the path come this way a little bit more. We're gonna redo the path. The path was just to kind of give us an idea of where to put the plants. But also, what do we think? Brown bench or black bench? Brown or black? Brown or black? Let me know what you think. Merlin Mark McStuffins. Brown, okay. I was thinking brown too. I wasn't sure if we should go black because of the death. Not the death. The Grim Reaper gnome. But I feel like brown blends in more? Okay. Alright, we did not finish all of it today, but we got a lot done. I'm really, really proud of what we've gotten done. I don't know if anyone who knows anything about landscaping would look at this and be like, yeah, this is good. But to me, for me, who struggles with landscaping, I had so much fun making this, and I think it looks pretty good. So, hold on. I'm going to bring us through. I can't remember how to do first person, so we're just going to do it this way. Alright, so we enter here at the front of the house. Turn, and then this is the way that the other witches go to get to the back of the house, so that they don't have to deal with the maze. But if you want to do the maze, then, oops, you go in this way. You could take a left and get to the fountain, get to the dead end, or you go right, walk through here, get to the bird fountain, and then you could either go straight to get to the bee houses, or you can go this way to the left, get to the cat statue, go this way, go past the flamingos, and then we just have to create a barrier here and here so that you can't get to the bench yet. You would go behind the bench, past this gorgeous fountain full of flowers, past these flowers, and then you would get to the bench where you can sit and hang out with Mr. McStuffins. So I feel really good about what we've done so far today. We'll add some vines and stuff to the house next time that we play as well. I added some of these just as placeholders. But I think it looks great. I'm really happy with it. Hold on, let's get, what lighting do we like? I think I like this lighting. Let's get a screenshot for the thumbnail too. Hold on. Oops. There we go. Maybe take one from this angle. Close. And then one from a lower angle. Sure.
What is it?
Oh my goodness, what a big yawn!
My goodness gracious, are you sleepy?
I hope that y'all saw that. I don't know if she was on camera for that yawn, but that was precious. Oh yeah, I'm breathing on her ears, so she keeps on flicking them. It's so cozy. I'm glad you think so. Okay, I definitely want to add more trees now that I think about it too. Obviously not in the garden, but out back and along the side, I think I'm gonna want to add some more trees, but. All right, beautiful. Eevee baby, yes we did, it was adorable.
Please don't step on my keyboard, not while I'm streaming.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over to face cam. All right. This is where we say goodbye to YouTube.
You want to say bye-bye to YouTube? Say bye, YouTube. Have a good day.
Bye.